So yeah, it's been amazing coming here to the warm weather. Sweden's pretty cold, and getting to come out here and at this time of year is perfect. And Croatia's very beautiful. We got to see all the countryside when we were on the roads coming in, so I'm very happy. It looks like an amazing tournament already. Before the European qualifier started, we had to bring in Madara as a stand-in, so I think it took some time for us to adjust, but luckily we managed to figure it all out before the minor qualifier was over. And yeah, I feel fairly confident. We just did well in the Birmingham qualifier as well, so we've had 2 tournaments going into this, and I believe we're going to do fairly well. I think for us, lately, NIP have proven themselves to be a pretty difficult team to play against, and I'm very much looking forward to getting another chance to beat them, because they've had our number the last few times. So other than that, I think eHome, RNG, and Gambit always look strong. I think Gambit is a very fierce competitor, always. I think they've not really managed to pull out their A game in the last few tournaments, but they're a team to definitely look out for. eHome and RNG I know less about, but they look strong in their own region, so it's going to be exciting games against them as well, I think. So me and Mickey have been longtime teammates, and not having him in the team is obviously, it sucks, because I've just been playing with him for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, some incredible amount of time. So obviously the synergy between me and Madara isn't quite as good, but I think he's done a very good job of adapting to my playstyle and trying to figure out how he best can fit into the team. And honestly, we're very lucky to have him. I think if we would have had anyone else, it might have been very difficult for us to figure out how to mesh this fast. So I don't know exactly when Mick is going to be back playing with us, but he has been improving and it's getting a lot better for him quite fast. So hopefully he'll be back by the time the next major minor qualifier starts. I always think stable teams have an advantage because whenever you make a new team, you're going to have to build up a lot of things that are just like fundamentals that everyone has to go through in every single team. And being together for this long, it's given us a big advantage. And a lot of qualifiers, I think we've gone through most of the phases, and hopefully eventually like the metas will start rotating and we'll fall back into like stuff that we've already been through. So it's going to be a lot faster for us to get into the groove. And I think the key to sticking together is really like when you start off, you need to try to find 5 players that you believe in and you know that you trust in their ability to play the game. And then even though maybe some months it gets rough, somebody underperforms or not, you always know that core trust is always there. I think it's really the key to success. I mean, qualifying for ESL in Birmingham is awesome. The amount of teams that are invited was like, it was pretty much all of the tier 1 teams are going. So also 4 of the European teams got invited, and we consider ourselves to be the 5th. So it was a bit like, all right, we got to prove that our region is the best. And by qualifying, there's going to be 5 European teams there. We knocked out all of the CIS teams, so it felt good. I haven't really thought too much about the DPC system. There are just a few things that I think you might need to tweak, and it's basically like how the minor plus major points work for the teams that win the event. I'm honestly not exactly sure how it works, but I think in some rare cases, like doing well at the minor is better than placing last at the major, which I think is probably not the best way for it to be. But other than that, I think the season's been great. I haven't really been spending too much time thinking about it, so that's probably a good sign.